Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to Transfer Reaction Show. And it's all the chaos that's happening. It's interesting to see what's going on, and it's interesting to think about what could happen in the future because there's still so many moving parts. But I don't know if you remember this. You probably do. But about 3-4 years ago, there was a time when defenders were really going for huge sums. I mean, there was teams that it suddenly became in fashion to spend big money on defenders. You had Virgil van Dijk, who went for £75 million. You had Harry Maguire, who went for £85 million. Ruben Diaz went for about 55. Joao Cancelo went for about £60 million. And it just seemed like there was this interest in defenders. There was this belief that good defenders were worth their weight in gold, and if you could get good defenders, you could probably win trophies. And so that's what happened. And there was this little bit of period where central defenders have been signed. I think now we are seeing that perhaps the focus has shifted from defenders to central defensive midfielders, because we've seen defensive midfielders go for ridiculous sums of money. We've seen Tchouaméni, who went for a massive price in the summer. Now we're seeing Casemiro, who went for a pretty decent amount of money as well, £60 million for a 30-year-old defensive midfielder as well. That was quite a big amount of money as well. And now there's two defensive midfielders who are on the radar of big clubs and could be going for some serious money. And here's the thing: Chelsea are closing in on a deal for Enzo Fernandes. It's going to be a world record deal, £105 million. With it being said, it will probably be £115 million is what is being mentioned actually. 105 is the release clause, but they're going for £115 million deal. That's going to happen. But wait, there's more. That's not enough. Chelsea also going for Moises Caicedo, for which in the deal that'll probably be, so 70 million is the last offer that Arsenal put in. If Arsenal are not going to get him for 70, you're talking at least 75-80 million. That's almost £200 million on two defensive midfielders. Think about that for a second. Those kind of numbers. £200 million. That is more than what Manchester United spent on Antony and Casemiro combined, and they got roundly criticized and were told that they were overspending on those players. So it is interesting to see what's going to happen with those two deals. Enzo Fernandes, for me, that's a deal that Chelsea have to do, because for me, N'Golo Kante, I don't think he's reliable anymore. He's very injury prone now. He's older as well. Maybe he's going to be a sub player. Maybe he's a bench player now, somebody who comes in for rotation, but you can't rely on him as a starter. So the Enzo Fernandes deal is one that needs to be done. I do feel that the spending that much amount of money, £150 million on Enzo Fernandes, on I think top quality CDM, because I do think he's a top quality CDM. I think that's very important. We've seen the impact that Casemiro has had for Manchester United. We've seen that Tchouaméni, when he's played, has looked very good for Real Madrid as well. When you have a good CDM, it is really, really, really critical, because he is the one who kind of allows the attackers to flourish. And a good CDM can also compensate for some of the issues that the defense might be facing. We've seen the problems that Fabinho has had at Liverpool, and how that's affecting the backline as well. So it's important to get a good CDM. And I think Enzo Fernandes is a good deal from that perspective. £150 million is maybe a high price, some would say, but you pay what the team is asking for, and if Benfica asking for 115, you've got to pay 115. That's the way it goes. But Enzo Fernandes is a player that they do need, so I think that deal is definitely one that's worth doing. Then you come to Moises Caicedo. Now, do Chelsea need Moises Caicedo? And I think the answer, if you ask me, is no. They don't need him. They don't need him. But the thing is, you sign him and you almost guarantee yourself the league's best midfield, because if you have Caicedo and Enzo Fernandes together, that's incredible. That's an incredible midfield to have. And you're going from Kante and Kovacic, or Kovacic and Jorginho and Gallagher. Imagine the upgrade, how quickly it goes up. You pay £200 million, but you've gone probably from a level 5 to a level 15. It is incredible. But I think it shows Chelsea's ambition. I think Chelsea have realized that the top 4 spot is not done yet. It's still up for grabs. I don't think Newcastle are certain of top 4 spot. I think Manchester United definitely are not assured of a top 4 spot. I think Chelsea also thinking maybe we can push for the Champions League title as well. And if they do get Caicedo and Enzo, to be honest, that's a team that could win the Champions. That's a midfield that could definitely win the Champions League. You had Joao Felix in there. You had Madueke in there. You've got Havertz, who's kind of found a bit of form again. And you really have the new, and of course Badiashile is forming good partnership with Silva as well. So you've got the nucleus of a team that could challenge for the Champions League title as well. So don't do anything out with Chelsea, is what I would say. But you sign Moises Caicedo. Now, do Chelsea need him? No. But will he improve Chelsea? Definitely. And I think what Chelsea are thinking is, if we can build ourselves a very strong midfield now, we don't have to wait till the summer and think about rebuilds. No, we just do it now. We can still get into the top 4. We can still win the Champions League. So let's do it now. Let's go and get these sort of pieces now. And I applaud that. I think that's an ambitious move. if Chelsea have the money, why not do it, right? It's much better to spend money on players and put it in people's pockets. So at the end of the day, I think that's the suits pocket as well. I think that's a fair decision to make. And then and whatever else happens, that's Chelsea's decision to make. That is the fans' decision to reconcile with. But to me, I think it's madness, it's chaotic, but it's Chelsea. That's what we say. It's Chelsea that is doing things that nobody else is even thinking about. Yeah, I think it's a good, again, Caicedo, it's a good deal to do. The price again is highly inflated, but I think at this point we reached a point now where I think we can just ignore the prices that Chelsea that are involved with Chelsea's transfers. I mean, it's just yeah, it doesn't matter. The prices are irrelevant. They're just numbers on a book or numbers on a screen, and that's what it is. You want the player, yeah, you want the player, fine. You get him. That's what it is, and there is so much to be applauded about that sort of transfer business strategy. Now coming to the point of what happens with Chelsea, if they get both Caicedo and Fernandez, I think they will make a late play for the top 4 spot. Will they get it? I think they can. You know what? I'll predict it right now. I think they will get a top 4 spot, and I think they will get it at the expense. Again, assuming all things remain the same, that Chelsea get Enzo Fernandes, Chelsea get Moises Caicedo, and if Manchester United don't sign anyone between now and the end of tomorrow, I think Chelsea will take United's top 4 spot in 4th place. I think they will, because United is crumbling at the moment. They've already lost Eriksen, Casemiro and Varane. That's it. You get those 2 players injured, and that's United season done pretty much. So I do see Chelsea taking that 4th spot from Manchester United, provided of course things remain the same. But if they get only Enzo Fernandez, I still think they will have a better season than they'll be having. Maybe they will not make the top 4 then in that case, because I think one Enzo Fernandez is not going to be enough to cover a lot of cracks. It might be, but I think there's still a few other areas of concern that would need to be addressed. But it's a fantastic deal. Either way, those 2 deals that's done is fantastic, and it's 24 hours to look forward to. I think it will put a lot more pressure on Potter as well, because this is Todd Boehly saying, look, I've given you 2 of the best midfielders from Europe. I've spent over £300 million in January. I bought you one of the best young defenders in Europe. I bought you 2 of the best young midfielders in Europe. I bought you, one of the best young attackers in Europe. So I bought you all these players. Now you go and you make this team better. Now it's your job to go and get me results. Go and get me wins. Go and get me the things that I want. And remember, Chelsea are not playing are not going to have any midweek games either. They're going to be playing Champions League, Premier League. That's it. So I think there will be a lot of the pressure will only increase on Potter. But you know what? They put their money where their mouth is, and you can't fault that. You can't say anything bad about that. So anyway, let me know what you think about these deals. I mean, it's just madness, isn't it? But let me know what you think. And I would love to hear your thoughts. Of course, do smash a like if you enjoyed this video, and do subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're getting really close to 200 subscribers on YouTube, so please do help us cross that mark. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.